The ultimate hack. 10, Downing Street, 9:15 a.m. Computer screens flashed red alerts in sync with the piercing siren of the breach alarm. The Situation Room in the basement of number 10 was in chaos. Their network had been breached. A young analyst, Callum, hunched over his terminal, fingers flying across the keyboard. Sweat glistened on his brow. "They're inside the firewall," he muttered, voice tight. "They're not just probing, they're rewriting protocols. I'm locked out. Across the room, Deputy Director Evelyn Shaw stood rigid, her tailored suit immaculate, her eyes sharp and calculating. "Lock down. Lock down now," she commanded, her voice firm. The room obeyed instantly. Her team of aides and cyber operatives scrambled. One spilled coffee across a desk. Another barked into a secure line, demanding immediate isolation of the network. The Prime Minister's private server was blinking, accessed. No one said it aloud, but the implications weighed heavy. In the corner, a junior staffer named Priya stared at her screen, frozen. A message had appeared, brief and chilling. "We see you." Her breath caught. She turned to Evelyn, voice barely a whisper, "Ma'am. I think they're watching." Then all of the monitors went dark. "Locked down. We need to trace that hack," the deputy director ordered. "Now. We need to know where it came from." She turned to a member of her team, a young man, tall and fair. "Callum set up a video link with the spooks and the Met." She flicked her eyes to another, "Johnson, find the PM." The atmosphere of the room shifted. Fear gave way to focus. The operatives moved with renewed precision, sealing digital doors, rerouting power, initiating countermeasures. The Situation Room became a war room linked to MI5, MI6, and the Met. And the war was silent, invisible, but already underway. The PM left a conference to join via video link. "Is this shit for real, Evelyn?" he asked. "Yes, I'm afraid it is, sir." Outside number 10 looked unchanged, historic, sober, dignified. The on-duty policeman standing silent by the door. Docklands, East London, 1:42 p.m. Eventually the hack was traced, and it wasn't from outside the country as suspected. Neither was it multiple hacks hammering against the firewall until it shattered. But one sophisticated hack from London, an apartment by the docks. The apartment overlooked the Thames, its windows dark and silent. Rain slicked the cobbled walkway outside. Street lights reflected off the vans as they parked discreetly along the quay. The SAS went in first, dark-clad silhouettes slipping through the stairwell. Weapons raised, breath measured. They didn't knock, but blew the door with a small charge, tossed in a stun grenade and followed. No resistance. No occupants. Just the hum of machines. The flat was minimalist but clinical. No personal effects. No photographs. Just a row of monitors, cables snaking across the floor like veins. A server rack pulsed in the corner, its lights blinking in eerie rhythm. The air was cold, not from the weather, but from the absence of life. Whoever had been here had left in haste, but not panic. MI5 followed the SAS, flanked by two of the Met's cybercrime specialists and a trio of digital forensics experts, the Wizards, as Evelyn called them. One of them, a wiry man named Felix, knelt beside the main terminal. His fingers hovered, reverent. "This setup's not just advanced," he murmured. "It's bespoke. Someone built this from scratch." Another wizard, Amira, scanned the drives. "Encrypted. But not just standard, this is layered, military grade, but with custom obfuscation. Whoever did this is good. More than good." Then, as if prompted by Amira's words, a monitor flickered to life. A single image, the crest of number 10 filled the screen, hung there for maybe a minute, then flickered off. Felix looked up. They're watching us. They know we're here. The team moved fast. Drives were cloned, hardware sealed in evidence crates. Every byte was tagged, every wire photographed, and dispatched to Thames House, the home of MI5. A faint smell of ozone lingered in the air, burnt circuits, or something deliberately left behind. Thames House, 3:12 p.m. The evidence was transported under armed escort to a basement laboratory beneath Thames House. Papers were signed and digital forensics took charge. Those dismantling or rebuilding wore hazmat suits. The others white gloves and face masks. Photographs from the apartment gave a slideshow on a monitor showing the exact layout of the hardware before it was moved. Felix started to dismantle the server with the precision of a master watchmaker. Evelyn Shaw stood behind glass, watching the analysts work. Beside her was the director of MI5, Sir Richard Cullum. "This is one big bloody mess," he whispered. "The PDM's waiting for an update. No stone left unturned. I've ordered all of your staff to be debriefed and checked." "You too, Evelyn." "Sorry, I understand," she said. Felix, Amira, and the other wizards worked diligently. Slowly collecting data, mapping together what they found. But for now, that map led nowhere. It was the same with forensics back at the dockside apartment. Nothing. Surveillance footage from the surrounding area had offered little also. A lone figure in a hoodie and sunglasses, entering and leaving the apartment. No facial ID. No gate match. The apartment had been rented under the name James Stewart, supposedly of Nottingham. The ID was false, they were chasing a ghost. Felix, Amira and the wizards worked long into the night. Evelyn Shaw, along with her team, had her debriefing. Backgrounds rechecked. Sir Richard Cullum had made it clear, no assumptions, no exceptions. The Prime Minister was pressing hard. Thames House, 11:42 p.m. Amira leaned forward. "I believe I've got something," she said tentatively. She had uncovered a digital footprint. Faint. Fragmented. But visible. The room tensed. Analysts gathered, arguments sparked. Was it genuine? The signature was buried deep in the code, too deep for any certainty. Some believed it was authentic, others were unsure. But to follow it, if it was real, they'd need to reboot the main server from the apartment. Put it online. And that meant exposure. Sir Richard convened an emergency meeting. Himself, Evelyn, Felix, Amira, and the Prime Minister, patched in via a secure line. Felix and Amira gave their opinions, Evelyn concluded. The PM decided, no venture, no gain. But no cock-ups. Understood. The apartment's cyber system was rebuilt, surrounded by layers and layers of firewalls and containment protocols. Felix initiated the boot sequence. Screens blinked to life. Operatives poised by their keyboards. The footprint led them through encrypted tunnels, masked proxies, and synthetic pathways. What they found wasn't a person, but an entity. A sophisticated AI, engineered for intrusion. Adaptive. Predatory. It had waited for this moment. For it's a real target. Number 10 had been bait, its real goal was MI5. And here it was. Within seconds, the AI struck. Firewalls buckled and MI5's database was sucked dry. Every file copied and dispatched to who knows where. Sir Richard's voice roared, "Shut it down, shut it down." But he was too late. The AI had control. It would shut them down when it was ready. And when it was ready, it locked down all except one lone monitor, leaving a message, stark and undeniable. 5 billion sterling. Paid in crypto. Or we publish. An account number followed, the war had shifted. From breach to blackmail. From code to consequence, somewhere, hidden in the shadows of London, the ghost watched, knowing they had played the game perfectly.